talk to the stowaway. He may have information, and the inspector will just ignore him, since he's too young.
Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to another video. I'm joined here with...
Matt Visual. Hold up. You're
have
totally
to do
gonna
this.
disregard the whole, like, we've been recording for 14 minutes because Mrs. Wooden Potatoes here
I'm so sorry.
went back on a save.
so sorry.
Okay, so we're like, oh, what did we do? Hold up, we can open up the ice tray again. The ice. Oh my god.
We can get the tongs. Yeah, I kind of... It's alright, it'll be alright on the night. I'll just like...
Well, we talked about Pokemon for about 10 minutes, dude.
Well,
totally
we can just repeat the rant. It's fine. Like, no, my magic editing skills will be fine. Look, we have to be able to go in this door now. Surely we can.
Legrand locked the door.
But I can pick the lock. Come on. Yeah, come on.
The lock isn't especially secure. If I had a wire or something like that, I could probably pick it.
A wire.
You don't have hangers, old man? Jeez.
What, out in the hall? Mind you, our room is near here, isn't it? We could...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's going on? He just...
Well, he did say his room was really badly furnished. So maybe there's just like no opportunity.
No hangers. He's just like, throw it in a closet. It's like, oh, okay. All right, check the door to see if he says anything new. Take stone.
Yeah, take stones from this plant. Do you remember examining this before? About how it had no light and stuff and we could just keep clicking it?
Really? What am I supposed to do with stones?
Pee them out.
What do you mean? What are you supposed to do with stones?
Sooner or later.
This is definitely the philosophy behind point and clicks. This is like the Crimson Room.
Like, I wonder if it's like traditional as like something happens and just because you have the stone, something different happens, maybe?
Maybe. We can proper like MacGyver our way through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the message from the Baroness in the ice cube tongs. Then we're going to set the pillowcase with burn marks on fire, wrap it around the audio tape, and then throw stones at it all and run around like an insane person naked on the forecastle. Which will get rid of the constable, giving us access to the stowaway.
Well, but the medical
Dr.
center.
Gebhardt locked the door.
Oh.
And
Gonna ignore
until I
my
have
theory.
good reason,
Yeah, I'm just
something
gonna
tells me
totally
that-
ignore it.
Wow, look, man.
So,
Nice.
we go upstairs and look for Legrand.
Le Grande, Venti, wait, what a coffee
Venti
sizes?
Legrande? Venti is a
Yeah. But isn't Grande a coffee size as well?
Yeah.
And then
I
what's
think.
the other one? There's another one.
Small?
No, it's not just small, is it?
It's like, oh, Grande and Venti, and then just a small. Just a small.
That's good because it means people that don't spend that much money also feel less sophisticated. We can examine the globe here as well. Look at this. There's new stuff to do. Yay!
The globe nicely shows that 4/5 of the Earth's surface is covered by water. Looking out the window, I'd call that an understatement.
Oh, that's quite good. Dude, I watched, what's it called? Pacific Rim the other day. Did you see that when it came out?
Yeah? No, not when it came out. I watched it recently, like a week or two ago.
What did you think of it, honestly?
I
Mr.
thought
Chrysler,
it
come
was
on, you have to
great.
Give me
Okay.
a bit more. You're the only one who was on the train and who has no alibi for last night.
As I said, I was in my cabin.
Holy crap, he's here now.
Are you sure that it was your cabin and not the Baroness's?
Legrand will question the guests one after another. But if he doesn't get the answers that he wants to hear, it could become unpleasant for them.
But I seriously thought, like, before you click, that I don't know. Yes, there was some cheese in there. Yes, you know, there was a little issues in the plot and stuff like that. But, come on, dude, robots,
Dude, no, I just...
robots, and monsters. It was the best thing ever, dude.
The first monster in the intro of that film was bigger than any of the other monsters. And like the giant monster at the end, like they do that fight in an underwater area where you have no context for how large he is anyway.
I didn't like the ending-ish. The one that really just like blew me away was the middle fight. The fight where they had
Where they go up to space at the end, yeah?
Yeah, that was just the most amazing thing I ever saw in my life. But the problem I had with that scene was because they didn't like they said they had problems, right? They had problems when they were inside of training, and they were getting inside the robot for the first time. There was no conclusion for that. What the hell? It was like, okay, all of a sudden we can do it now. Like, what? What? There was no like awesome scene where they pull each other out of like, you know, slipping into memories. I thought that was just so like garbage that they just
isn't it based on a proper Japanese thing, like series or franchise that was pre-existing, or was it just inspired by that?
I have no
I guess
idea.
with the amount of anime you watch, it's probably not true. Or, well, maybe it's just a manga. Maybe the whole idea with the Jaegers and stuff was just based from manga. Whatever. Anyway, I thought it was an okay film, but it was also bigged up for me. Like, everyone was like, oh, it's this epic thing, the greatest movie ever. And in the end, I was
not
just
everyone.
like,
I think a lot of people just liked it.
this is like super cheese. This is the Stilton of the big monster movie genre. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, it was okay.
I disagree, man. Like, I've seen more cheese than that. Holy crap. But for me, though, like, those are one of those movies where I just turn my brain off. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Give me more, please.
But then I get bored after a while. I did like, though, the reason why I started talking about this was I did like that the hole between the dimensions was somewhere underwater, because statistically speaking, that kind of stuff would happen in the water of Earth, since most of the planet is water, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what made me think of it. And we've been talking about this so long, the cheesy music in the background has stopped. Oh my god.
We could continue, but also, come on, the guy from Luther is in there, dude. Luther,
I don't even know. Oh my god, I got another thing.
The guy from Prometheus.
I've been doing
the black
something.
guy. He's such a good actor. He carried.
He
carried
the general
it.
dude.
Yes, he's just so good. So good.
I think he's the guy that plays Johnson in Peep Show too. In which case, I think he's a phenomenal actor, and I thought he was really, really good in it. Anyway, the chafing dish, and I've got something else to say later, but we have to do plot for a bit.
We should just make a show.
That animation, that show is visual wood. Do you realise this?
English ham and eggs. One
We already did
advantage
that
on an
show.
international trip is the international breakfast. Many of my fellow countrymen think it's outrageous to eat fried bacon, sausages, or anything heavy for breakfast. I, on the other hand, think ham and eggs are the only worthwhile contribution the English have made to international cuisine.
That's probably true. We don't do much for cuisine. But that is weird to hear him say that that's international food, when of course it is to him. But oh my god, full English breakfast? Hell yes. Do you know what I find weird? Americans who have sweet stuff for breakfast. What's up with that, dude? And we seem to be bugged out in the floor.
Like croissants and
like
donuts.
Pancakes with syrup and
donuts.
chocolate chips.
Oh, dude. Pancakes are amazing.
Why would you have that for breakfast though? That's not a breakfast food.
Yeah, I
Blonde
don't.
is
That's why I don't
absorbed in
eat
the
it
interrogation.
anymore.
He still seems pretty annoyed. The violinist
I would be
seems to
really
wearing
big
the brown-
if I ate that every morning. Even though I love it. I still have some leftover pancake mix from when I used to splurge a little bit.
How old is this pancake mix now?
A couple months.
The ship
The
must
last
have
time I
been
cheated.
rebuilt at some point. I'm sure it didn't originally have such a modern glass roof.
I think we'd already heard that. Okay, so listen, what we can interact with is the afterdeck, Legrand, and I can't even
old
remember
lady?
the guy's name. Or Lady Westmacott. You reckon she's got something to say now?
Yeah.
What have you seen, old woman? What have you spied?
Lady Westmacott, may I bother you for a moment?
By all means, Mr. Zellner.
Okay.
How is the questioning going?
Are you implying that I'm an eavesdropper?
Absolutely.
The inspector is placing a lot of pressure on our dear Mr. Kreutzer. He's the only one who was on the train and who doesn't have an alibi for last night.
Perhaps. But him? A murderer?
I know people like him. He doesn't have enough backbone to kill someone in cold blood and remain so calm. He'd turn it into a drama and then a farce, drink himself insensible, and then, railing at fate, pitch himself into the sea. Forget him. Legrand is wasting his time. Mr. Kreutzer just happens to be a perfect fit for the inspector's image of the Raven.
Athletic, cultured, moves among the rich and famous?
I'll eat his violin if he's the Raven or the murderer.
I have to be going, Lady Westmacott.
Please keep me informed, Constable Zellner.
Of course.
See, that's what the best liars can do. They make you think that you're just, you know, some dramatic guy, and boom!
Boom,
You've
but you.
killed him. You've killed him. That's what that boom was.
Can you interrupt their...
I
They're
can't,
talking.
no. Every time I went to examine them, it was just... Well, actually, okay, I tell a lie. Maybe I could have clicked it again. I just wanted to come out here and bathe again. What can I say?
Put on that speedo.
Just
Oh,
like Mrs.
there goes the
Mayers.
captain.
Hello!
Oh. Are we going to talk to Captain first or
Alright,
sweet
fine.
lady over there?
Fine, no. We'll talk to the fat Italian dude.
Save the best for
Is
last.
he Italian? Is this why the
Captain
Mario thing
DeConti
works?
seems
It's
old
me!
and tired.
De
The
Conti!
price you pay for a life like his, I suppose.
Alright, okay. I quite like this guy, though. He seems quite jovial. I can imagine going on holiday and just sitting about with him.
He's totally the Raven.
Oh my god! What's it? Oh, never mind. Look at Miss Mayers. Look at
Look?
her indeed.
Wow.
yeah.
Miss
That's it?
Mayers seems to have found an opportunity to do nothing.
Just like overbearing. Hello. Oh, I've got a cold, so breathing
you
heavy
imagine?
through my nose does not
Imagine
work
he
out.
just sitting there staring at her. He's like, it's like, well, come on, old man.
We can talk to her.
Hello, Miss Mayers.
Dem thighs.
Hello,
Pixelated.
Mr.
Constable.
Just squint your eyes a
Zellner.
bit. It makes everything look better. So you're sunba-
Oh,
this
it
is
does.
this is how we chat up a sunbathing lady. Hello. So you're sunbathing. So you've
Do you
got-
think
I've
it's
noticed.
appropriate to go sunbathing in a situation like this?
What situation?
A woman was murdered last night.
If refusing to sunbathe could bring the dead back to life, I'd go back to my cabin immediately.
Immediately. Okay, events. What do you think?
Did you hear or see anything suspicious last night?
No, I didn't feel very well last night. I went to bed early.
So, you're feeling better this morning?
Thanks for asking.
What about your parents?
I'm sure your parents are truly sorry that they can't be with you at this difficult time.
Maybe, but I'm not a little girl anymore. And thinking about my fiancé keeps me going.
You're engaged?
Oh.
Yes, my boyfriend and I got engaged right before the trip. I want to surprise my parents, especially my dad.
I'm sure
He's
he'd
like,
be
"Damn."
very surprised.
At least she didn't let
But
us buy
what
her
will
a
you
drink
do
first.
if your father doesn't agree to the engagement?
What choice does he have when he put me on this boat full of thieves and murderers in the first place?
Charming. Enjoy
Yeah.
the sun, Miss Mayers, and don't let us disturb you.
If you're trying to make me feel guilty, Constable, it's not working.
Were you speaking of past experiences, Taters?
No, but I do quite enjoy. There's a lot of sketches online, a lot, that all around that basic concept of guy buys a girl a drink and then she's like, "Oh, my boyfriend," and then like the guy
I'm
just
sure
flips
Captain
out.
DeConti wouldn't mind a chat, but I don't think he can help me at the moment.
Well, I just want to have a
Okay.
chat. I want
So-
to talk about life and travel and the Italian cuisine and linguine.
Can you let's go back to the door that leads to
Oh.
the basement.
Oh.
But what do you think about a game like that? Just regular conversation, like
That's just
Mass
a game
Effect.
for very lonely people.
No,
basically.
not that way. Go back to
You wanted to go downstairs, didn't you say?
the pigman. No, the basement. The whatever it's called.
Well, how do we get there? What, where we were tied up?
Go back outside. Yeah, where we were tied up. Yeah.
I didn't even realise that was an option.
Let's talk to the guy again. That's the only other place we need to go. Whatever his name is. Now I forgot his name already. Balls.
And what were you about to say as well? A game where you just have
Like
conversations.
the closest game to go to like having just conversations. Like what if you talk to Conti and you just talk about stuff? Oh, you picked the wrong one. You just talk about like regular like I don't know world stuff, and you get to know Zellner a little bit more, like what happens and you know why he takes the pills, what's his condition, about his daughter. Like, what would a game like that actually fleshes out the characters like that, and you just pick options and stuff like that, but that has nothing to do with like.
Well, I think he's going to do that anyway, isn't it? Like, just slowly. Like,
Yeah.
as we progress.
I guess that's the best way because the game will get kind of boring. So there he is.
Matt's playing this game. I want to learn how to play the game. Oh
Mass
my
Effect
God.
was the only one to kind of reach that area, and I guess
Matt
a little
is
bit of Dragon
keeping
Age as
himself
well.
busy with that strange game.
Cleverbot.
He seems to be okay
Cleverbot
again,
is the game you're
but I
looking
think
for.
he'd be running around all over the place if he'd really come to terms with what happened on the train.
Well, let's tell him. Let's traumatize him. Matt, do you know what crazy
Hello
stuff's
there,
been going
partner.
on? Howdy, partner.
Hi.
Are you all right?
Uh-huh.
How is your mum doing?
I heard you and your mom used to argue a lot.
We did. Everything was bad. The house, school, the other kids. We didn't have much money, and I was always alone.
You do know that your mother would love to have been with you, don't you? She had to go out to work to earn money.
She wouldn't have had to, if Dad were still around.
And how do you get along with her now?
I'm always happy when we do something together on vacation. She has more time for me now, and I like my boarding school. I have lots of friends, and the teachers aren't so bad.
The voice actor's going off the rails here. He's not sticking to the script. There's totally different stuff going on. See, and at least this time, we established very clearly that there's not a man in her life, and maybe we will go buy her drinks. How is Matt doing?
Have you recovered from our adventure?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Zellner,
Hmm?
what's going on?
What do you mean?
Everybody's acting so strange, and there's tape across that door. I saw that in a movie once.
You don't have to be worried.
Is it about the man from the train?
It might be about the thief, yes.
Haven't you caught him yet?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Dude, how old is he again? You guessed it right, yeah? He wasn't like 4, he's like 11, yeah?
I think it was 9.
9, okay, 9. Don't you think a 9-year-old... He's a big 9-year-old. Don't you think a 9-year-old would have sort of clued on a bit more?
Well, you know, some people are grown up differently. Some people are slower than others. Some
Wow,
people
so
are
you
just
think
clueless.
he's slow?
I'm just saying. I mean, you see a guy.
Miss
Wouldn't
Miller
you
will be hearing
remember?
about this. What? Sorry?
If you see a guy in a dark room, I guess, wouldn't you remember? But, you know, it's fine. He's traumatized.
Where's, let's ask about the Professor, Lucien.
Your mother and Professor Lucien seem to be on very good terms with each other. Don't you like him?
Because I can be on good terms.
Don't
What am I
know.
talking about?
He seems to be very nice.
I guess.
I like our way, you know, we're... To third parties, we never show our hand. We're always just like, oh, this person's really nice, you know?
Yeah.
Even though we kind of think he's a bit of a dick. Or a bit of a pompous fool. Or a moron for losing the key. Lady Westmacott.
Lady Westmacott is all by herself in the saloon. Maybe you'd like to visit her later.
Sure. The lady tells exciting stories.
I know. She's my favorite writer.
She told me that it's not much fun to write detective novels. She'd rather write something else, but her fans always want the same thing.
They made her rich and famous.
I told her to
They
write what
always
she wants
want
to
the
write.
same
If
thing.
it's good, someone will buy it. And if not, at least she had fun writing it. Then she smiled and nodded. She said it was a good idea.
Wow, that whole conversation right there, doesn't that sound familiar?
More Guild Wars 2, please! In the comments. The game.
What are you playing there?
I'm playing shuffleboard. At least I'm trying to.
Never played it before.
It's easy. Professor Lucien explained it to me.
And who won?
We didn't play.
You didn't want to play with him, did you? Do you want to play a game with me?
Sure.
Okay, alright. Wow.
Oh, minigame.
We're actually going to play it. Do you want to play the chat? Wow, who are these people? I didn't even notice them over there. Look at this. Is that Professor Lucien? And then some woman there. Oh, is that Miss Miller? Okay, never mind. Right, that's just those two. The rules.
I think you'll have to explain the rules to me first.
Okay. You play with the blue pucks and I play with the red ones. You have to push the pucks with this stick into the zone over there and score as many points as possible.
Sounds easy. How many pucks do I have?
6. Now here comes the kicker. First it's your turn, then mine, and so on. But everyone is allowed to shoot the other person's pucks out of the zone.
Okay, really pretty simple then.
Then let's get started.
Oh yeah.
How are we going to control
What are we
this? though?
playing for?
I thought we'd just play for fun.
That's boring. We have to bet something. Otherwise, it isn't.
I bet
You
something
English
to do with this.
people.
Oi!
So I'll bet my brand new slingshot. And you?
I don't want to gamble.
How about ice cream in Cairo?
Okay. If I win, I get the slingshot. If I lose, I get an ice cream in Cairo.
Oh, maybe
Hey,
you can use the
never try to
slingshot
cheat
with
Mac
the
Miller.
stones.
So, what do you say? Ice cream versus slingshot?
But what if I fail?
All right. Let the games begin.
And what are we going to do? Just flick stones at this guy's head or something? Oh my god. Alright, here comes the chocobo music. Bounce down, 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 bound down, down, down.
Oh, not too hard, not too hard, not too hard, man. Come on, you gotta start. You see that? You see?